Hey vinyl community, hey new wavers, Shad with Vinyl New Wave coming to you with a video covering my pickups for the last like 2 months from mid-March until mid-May. Let's just get right into it here. First off is the debut album from Simply Red titled Picture Book. This is an amazing album. Simply Red is a great band. This is the one that has Money Is Too Tight to Mention and Holding Back the Years, probably Simply Red's two biggest hits. I have several other Simply Red albums, but for some reason never found that one until now. So I'm glad to finally pick that one up. Next up is a record that I mentioned in another video back in March. I found it there at the record store in March and decided to pass on it. But when I went back in mid to late April, it was still there, and so I decided that I should give it a home. This is the Horseflies. It's the name of the band. The group, the album is called Human Fly. Now this is the band is kind of they're more of a folk rock band. They've got a lot of that kind of country and folk sound to them. They do a lot of banjo, a lot of fiddle, ukulele, acoustic guitar and stuff in it. Really, really good, kind of fun album. The song Human Fly is not a cover of the Cramps tune, but it is inspired by the Cramps tune. So they came up with their own lyrics themed to the Human Fly. And they also do a couple more like traditional folk tunes like Hush Little Baby and Cornbread, and then some of their own original work. It's an interesting album. It's definitely, I'm glad I picked it up for the $4 or whatever that I paid for it. It's a pretty good album. I'll probably listen to it again. Next up is an album from Squeeze. This is Sweets from a Stranger. The big hit off of this one is Black Coffee in Bed, which is a good classic Squeeze tune. And next up is the Elegant Machinery album from Data. If you remember, earlier this year I also picked up a 12-inch single from Data for the song Stop and Blow. And lo and behold, several of you had mentioned in the comments, hey, you should get the album, it's really great. And then like 2 weeks later, I was at the record store and there it was sitting there for like $2. So it's a no-brainer, let's get it. It does have a slight warp in it, but it doesn't affect play, so I probably won't mess with trying to fix the warp. I'll probably just leave it how it is. But Data, Elegant Machinery, great synth pop album. Next up, 12-inch single. I've got a few 12-inch singles here. This is the 12-inch single for Johnny Hates Jazz, Shattered Dreams. If you listened to radio in the late 80s, you couldn't avoid this song. You've given me nothing but shattered dreams. So I had to pick it up. It's a great song. It's the same dance version on both sides. Next up is a 12-inch single from the industrial band Frontline Assembly. This is for the song No Limit, and then it also has a remix of a song called Lethal Compound on the B-side. Frontline Assembly, great industrial band. I don't have a ton by them. I have 2 or 3 records, and I have like 2 or 3 CDs. Great stuff. I enjoy listening to them. And finally, on the 12-inch single front, on the used stuff, is the 12-inch single for King Without a Crown from ABC. Several different remixes and then several live versions of ABC songs from Look of Love, Poison Arrow, and All of My Heart. So a great 12-inch single by these guys. And it looks like it's also a promo, a stamped promo. Next up, I picked up a couple reissues, 4 reissues. This is where part of my stimulus went. First up is the album Twist of Shadows by Zymox. I've never had this album, not even on CD, but I've had all the 12-inch singles. So I had the 12-inch single for Obsession and Blind Hearts and what was the other one? Imagination. I have all the 12-inch singles off of this album, but I never actually had this album. It came out in this reissue last year, and so I had to pick it up. It's actually really good. It's a double album, a 2 LP set, a deluxe edition kind of thing. It comes on this really nice red translucent vinyl. The first LP is all the album in its entirety, and then the second one is about a bunch of B-sides and a couple remixes from the 12-inch singles. So a great album there. And then also from Pylon Records, I ordered this. This is a deluxe edition of Red Flag's Naive Art. This is their debut album. Has a lot of really great songs on here. If I Ever, Pretty and Pity, Russian Radio, Give Me Your Hand, Count to Three, Broken Heart. I mean, they're all great. And like the Zymox one, it's on a colored vinyl. This time it's on white. I think actually they also have a red pressing of it if you were so inclined, but I wanted the white. And it's a 2 LP set. The first LP is the regular album, and then the second LP is B-sides and remixes. Kind of interesting because the remixes that they put on this are not the standard remixes that are on all of the other. There's like a deluxe edition CD that's got a bunch of remixes and this naive dance. It's like a dance version of the album, but these remixes are not the remixes that are on that. So it's kind of an interesting choice of which remixes they put on this, but still good nonetheless. Made for a great thing. And then I remembered that I actually already owned that album, but that's okay. A deluxe edition's cool. And then finally 2 albums from another band that I really like, and these reissues came out earlier this year or last year, and I really wanted them, but I just never got around to ordering them, and they were starting to like not be available in certain places, and so I decided I probably ought to just order them. So Everything But the Girl, Amplified Heart. This is the album that features Missing, which is Everything But the Girl's, I think, probably biggest hit ever, because of the remix from Todd Terry. And yeah, I mean, it's a great album. It's been half-speed remastered, or half-speed mastered and pressed to vinyl, and it just sounds absolutely amazing. And also, after the success of the Missing remix, Everything But the Girl kind of changed their sound and put out this album, Walking Wounded. A lot of really great electronic sounds on this album, as opposed to like earlier, Everything But the Girl was more acoustic. This is all electronic, and it's really amazing. Wrong is a really great song. Single is an amazing song, a real good downbeat song, and then the Walking Wounded, which is the title track, is really amazing too. This is also half-speed mastered and sounds absolutely amazing. So those are my pickups from the last couple months. Right now I'm working, I'm trying to keep myself, restrain myself and not buy so much. I've been buying too much vinyl. I'll admit it. I've kind of went a little crazy for a little while there. I've still got a couple other records that I haven't shown, that I'm going to show in another video, that I ordered over the last little while, as well as I've got a couple things that are still on order. I pre-ordered a couple things, but I've got to cut it back. You know, right now, you know, the side gigs that I have, that I use for all my fun money, both of those are kind of dried up at the moment with COVID-19 and the lack of travel, because they're both kind of travel related, my airport driving, and then I have an Airbnb So my side fun income from those has dried up. So I just don't have the money to go out and just spend a ton of money on records. And that's kind of one of my pet peeves with making videos is you get caught up in that, oh, I got to do a new finds video because that's what people watch. And so I will admit this past year since I've been making videos, I kind of been getting caught up, and I've definitely bought more vinyl than I ever would have. So I'm going to try and dial that back a bit and not buy as much vinyl. Probably try and keep it down to just 1 or 2 a month. I mean, I know a tall order, but I'm going to try. But the good news is I should be able to still make videos because look, I've got like 1,600 pieces of vinyl, and I'm pretty sure I haven't shown more than a couple hundred of them. So my goal is to start making more videos using the records that I already have. I've got a series of video series that I had started of new wave, featuring albums from classic new wave artists that are releasing material now, as well as newer artists that have that new wave sound. And I've got a video that I'm going to make later this week about that. I started a series on DJ remix services. I'm going to continue that. And then I'll probably do some artist focused videos. Try to do, like I said, I'm going to try and pull together some more, just more closely, some more video content based on what I already own, which shouldn't be that difficult. It might end up being, I might do some more random videos. I haven't done one of those in quite a while. So anyways, that's where I'm at. Thanks for watching. Again, I've been really active on Instagram just because it's easy to just snap a picture and upload it while I'm working and listening to vinyl. So if you are interested in seeing what I'm currently listening to, just go and follow me on Instagram. All of these records were on Instagram weeks ago. So that's where I'm really able to stay current and easy because it's quick and easy. Whereas a video is, set everything up and pull the video off the phone and edit it and trim it down and then upload it. It's just kind of more of a process where Instagram is a lot easier for me to do. So I've been really active on Instagram. So follow me on Instagram. If you like this video, please thumbs up. Please subscribe if you really want me to keep making content. Please subscribe. Let me know that you appreciate these videos. And until next time, remember, you spin me around like a record, baby.